Hello, it's Cookie on Cookie Streams, and welcome to another stream where today we are playing some more it's not called Miles Edgeworth Investigations, it's called Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Oh my goodness, I'm excited to get back into this one. After a successful and exciting episode yesterday, ending on a cliffhanger, mind you. Hello, Roman. Hello. Huggy Wuggy. Welcome. Alright, let's get this thing going. And hello, Evan McCabe. Doop-a-doo. Let's get this game up and going. Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Let's go. And if you are enjoying this series so far, I know it hasn't lasted for terribly long so far, but please do leave a like down below. If you like the stream, please do leave a like down below. It helps out a ton. Here we go. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and continue. We are on an airplane, beginning what Miss Tenero saw here on Turnabout Airlines. Let's go. The chess piece in the bottom right, let's go. March 12th, 6:41 a.m., Flight 6G390, second floor, first class. Everyone, I am so sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenero. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a murder. What? A murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off. Please, we're in the middle of the air. You can't go anywhere. you literally cannot go anywhere. Being in your seat is probably the safest place you can be right now. Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. Miles? I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor, and I assure you that I am not the killer. Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say, however, I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear my honor as a professional flight attendant. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw, and there's even very strong, incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. What powers are vested in your captain? I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine, and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenero, is it? Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance? To do what? And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course. As you wish. Good. Very well then. Let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve, but I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. Oh. What Miss Tenero saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So, if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. The murder weapon? That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Rebuttal. What Miss Tenero saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a... Okay. Oh no, not present, but let's see here. What do we have? Ooh. Okay, we have the travel wallet with wine on it. We have the body as evidence, and we have the Sky magazine. And of course, our prosecutor's badge, which is a lot fancier than than Phoenix's attorney's badge, I must say. But let's go back. I just want to see what happens when we press on the I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Tell me, what exactly puts the pro in professional flight attendant for you? Well, it means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism, but I'm sure you have already realized that by now. It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion. And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable. Well, okay. Let's press on the murder weapon. I don't think I was holding a murder weapon. Was I? The murder weapon, dripping with blood. Really now? I swear that it was the grisly scene I saw before me. No, I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw, or there'd be widespread panic by now. As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time. Excuse me? You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder. Nonsense. Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and am now listening to your defense, all with a smile. As her eye is ticking, apparently you also lie with a smile on your face. Okay. We'll turn you over as soon as we land. Her mistake shines like the silver lining on a dark rain cloud, and I'm going to capture some of that light with evidence. Okay, so we no longer need to press. We need to use some evidence here. I think it was this. Present... Oh gosh. It was you standing there with the fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. I think we have to say that we weren't holding the murder weapon. This is what we were holding. Were we not? Wait, hold on. Can we look at this? So that looks like the murder weapon down there. That trophy. But we weren't holding the trophy, were we? We were holding the billfold. Or the travel wallet, I guess. I'm going to present with this. Oop. If it's not this, though, it's the picture of the dead body. That sounds aggressive, but Miss Tenero, what is with you? Oh my gosh, what is with the yelling all of a sudden? Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero. What? Impossible! Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice. Ah, then... That's right, you mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No! There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. Wait, just a sec. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. What are you? You're grasping at straws, Miss Tenero. I demand that you show me what's inside. Please. She's trembling, and the tacked on please at the end sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance at its light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Tenero, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. That is true. You literally demanded that we do this. This was all you. Grape juice stains the outer cover. True, it was I who dropped it in the juice. However, I didn't do it out of ill intentions. Alright, let's take a look at its contents. How do we open? Here we go. It seems that this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there is nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please, hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. Wallet data updated in my organizer. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. Miss Tenero's logic. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? No? So, even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Her eye is literally twitching. Miss Tenero's logic. Not the travel wallet, however, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you're done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? I think there's a problem with this. Let's take a look at the evidence. The contents, again. There wasn't any money in here, was there? Yeah, it seems that the passport is all that's in here. I think that's pretty telling. Though I suppose you could say that we hid the money, but I don't see how we had enough time to do so. You want $1,000? Don't we all? Objection! I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenero. What is it now? Miss Tenero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? Simply put, as you saw with your own eyes, the only thing inside Mr. Hicks's wallet was his passport. Ah, if I really was after his money, then why would I steal a penniless travel wallet? Also, I have a lot of money, so that wouldn't make sense in that regard either. But that's right. You, Mr. Edgeworth, you didn't know it was empty when you stole it. You would like to think that, but that's not possible. What do you mean it's not possible? There is no way the killer didn't know that the wallet was empty to begin with. Oh, and what makes you so sure? How can I show her that the killer knew that the wallet to be empty from the get-go? Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Because all the money on the floor? Look at all the money on the floor. I'm a great detective. If you would recall the crime scene, I admit that the wallet was probably not empty at the time of the murder. That's pretty evident by the bills and cards strewn around the inside of the elevator. Oh no! I think you've come to realize the problem with your logic. I would surmise that the victim's wallet fell out during their struggle, and that's when its contents emptied onto the floor of the elevator. I doubt the killer could have missed such an occurrence. Then you're saying, yes, according to your supposition, if I were the killer, I would have been going after a wallet I knew to be empty, and since I clearly was not attempting to gather the scattered money, it renders your argument of theft completely invalid. Forgive me, please. Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Ha! Don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick. Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tenero. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought that I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, thank you for releasing me. What is it now? I don't know what this language is. Miss Tenero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said that he is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well. See? You, the attendant. Yes, sir. I want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I am finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You, how dare you try to waste my time? You were the one who stuck your nose into my affairs. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent, yes, I am pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I am Zinc LeBlanc II. I am a very wealthy man in the Borginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer. I am a rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout, I have to explain. Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I saw it, yes I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator. Going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock a.m. Oh, 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? Ah, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Ah! Hicks was his name, was it? Then I say that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was this prosecutor, yes? Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. I was still eating. Still haven't finished, see? The other passengers I have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complaint, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say, but do you have, what you say, the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony? Of course, I was looking at that man the whole time. He was playing with that annoying little, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone, a laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget. Oh, the burn. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Miss Tenero. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I am sure I can produce the real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. Yes, I think that is how you say it in English. It's fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Tenero, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Ha! This should not be approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now, please... Oh, sorry. Now, please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. Hashtag stop the lore? What do you mean? The lore. We need the lore. The lore is what thrives this... Wait, what? The lore is what makes this game thrive. You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Ha, we will see. Oh, Tenero's back. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable. I am in your debt, Miss Tenero. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course. I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to use T to talk. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Okay, and I believe that is actually... Whoa, what is this? Some spilt coffee. This looks like where Hicks was sitting. Oh, well, there you go. This was Mr. Hicks's seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator. Maybe. We should probably head down to the crime scene now. If I remember correctly... Oh, this is the other flight attendant. Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? You there! If you need something, please ask Miss Rhoda over there, okay? What the? Hey, wake up, you! I'm terribly sorry for that she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth. No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to it that her salary was cut so low that it was in the red. Edgeworth's first tactic for every single thing: automatically cut the salary. Alright, March 12th, 7:26 a.m., flight G390, first floor lounge. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Cenero. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I will bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all. Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. Brilliant writing. Brilliant. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Let's begin our investigation. Now then, let's get started. But where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. Well, I think the first thing we should do is probably investigate the, crime scene. What floors does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. So, the only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright, let's take a look. There's something in his pocket. There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. Photo of Mr. Hicks' data jotted down in my organizer. A souvenir photo. I feel like we should... Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I feel like I should look at that photo again. It might be important. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks's wallet at some point. I would guess the same. I wonder what was hanging off of this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now, if I could just put my finger on it. We have to deduce something. Probably the lanyard. I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. Very good of you, Edgeworth. Very good of you. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. I see she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Higgs's head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. But what caused it? I'm gonna guess it's probably that statue. Even his glasses are broken. So someone, I guess, could have, like, punched him or whacked him or something first. What is this? A sinister-looking figure on the floor here. Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Hugo. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition and is so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment. But it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Higgs's body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? Or more grape juice? We had to do something. I want to look at the evidence, this picture. Oh my gosh, there wasn't a lanyard on there. There was a phone. He's missing his phone. That may have been the motive for the murder, to steal the phone. I don't see it anywhere. Let's deduce right here. No phone. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? It is now. The photo. He's missing his phone. Eureka! Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? His cell phone, Miss Tenero. Ah, so I guess because it's not here... Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Missing cell phone data jotted down in my organizer. Well, I want to say that's all here. Oh, nope, there's still more. I already checked this earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. Oh, his shoes. There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Higgs entered this elevator after the turbulence. Is that all? That's all. Yeah, because here's the spilled grape juice. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Footprints! Does anyone else see footprints? Aha! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What is the important evidence in this scene? Probably the footprints. I would say the footprints. Here's a footprint right here.
Take that!
Take that! What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they are a set of footprints. So you think, yes, these belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definite match. Or definitive match, I should say. Oh, I see. So it's not going to help us a ton. A pity that a bronze statue knows not when a good drink has been spilled at its feet. This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Hugo Hughes, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet. Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? What is this? The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters, but we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Indeed. Well, there's this table. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. I feel like they should probably have something that, like, keeps the... I mean, it feels like a fire hazard. They probably should, like, either have fake candles or, like, something that keeps the... like a screw that or a nail that keeps the lamp, or the candle, I should say, or like the candle holder in the table so it doesn't just fall over. Seems a bit dangerous. This is a plane after all. It's been a while since I've seen this big a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. Alright. What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. The one on the left is of when he was in his 40s, and the other is of him in his 80s. That, he looks the same. Did the man age at all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. So he aged really quickly, and then I guess the last 40 years just aged really well? Poorly aged, then aged extremely well. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds. Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know, but it looked like a rather one-sided conversation. The clouds, they tell me nothing. Let's get one of these souvenir pamphlets. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special is an English trivia quiz. That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle? Case in point. Past participle, Miss Tenero. Ever heard of it? Obviously not, because you just kind of claim that you didn't. Okay, this piano looks nice. This grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into its CD drive. That's not a piano. It's more like an overgrown music box. Ah, but its keys to press along with the music, as though there really is someone playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. Also, why don't they just, like, hire a pianist? I feel like that would be, you know, much nicer. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear any suspicions I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. This door leads to the flight attendant's room, but please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel. The room is giving off the scent of women's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great. However, to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door. Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. Look, do you see the founder up there riding a horse? He looks a bit like Mr. Magoo. Not gonna lie. Okay. Looks like we might need to use some logic now. Logic. Where was the killer? Spilled grape juice, broken glasses, blunt force trauma, murder weapon Captain Hugo, and elevator. Alright, spilled grape juice. And broken glasses. I'm thinking maybe spilled grape juice. And where was the killer? What clues point to where the killer could have been? I think these connect. If it doesn't, I have no idea. And nope, never mind. I can't see a clear connection between these two pieces of information. Never mind, then. Let's see. Could this be the murder weapon? I mean, it would make sense. Blunt force trauma. Let's connect these two. At least for now. Here we go. A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes? What is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we deserving of the master of the obvious title? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon. Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. Captain Hugo P. Bank data jotted down in my organizer. Alright, I'm thinking blunt force trauma and perhaps broken... Oh wait, no, we already did that. We already did blunt force trauma, never mind. Broken glasses... I don't see anything else that connects quite right now. Though maybe something else does. Oh wait, we never investigated this. This is where I fell. This toppled over chair. Yet another victim of the turbulence. Aha! No! Look at all that grape juice staining the back! It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable. It was? Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals? I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens. Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. So that gave us, like, nothing. We don't want to go back up there. What evidence do we have? Missing cell phone, but though we don't actually have the cell phone, to be clear. I'm thinking maybe more logic. Where was the killer? And broken glasses, I feel like, cannot go along. Elevator and where was the killer? Maybe elevator and spilled grape juice? I don't know what it connects. But let's try it. They do not connect. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. Well, I didn't think so, but we're kind of out of things to do right now. I think. Let's talk to what's-her-face. Are you in need of assistance? Notice anything? Did you notice anything? I was wondering whose footprints those are next to the elevator. I'd say the killer's, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they are a vital clue to solving this case. Oh, maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go find them together. A word of advice. Nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines. Okay, so it is something to do with the grape juice. Footprints, that is. Let's run! Run! Let's go! Grape juice footprints. But I don't think there's anything else we can find. We know it's not the... We know that it's not the footprint of the victim because he does not have any grape juice on his shoes. Do I need to deduce something with the grape juice? It's not where was the killer and it's not elevator. Maybe broken glasses and elevator? I don't know, I feel like they're trying to tell me that it's something to do with the grape juice footprints, but we don't really have anything to put with it. I can't understand why they would put spilled grape juice with broken glasses. That doesn't seem right. But then again, I also cannot go anywhere else. And we've investigated everything. We haven't put spilled grape juice with broken glasses yet. I don't understand this, but if it works, hey. Nope, it doesn't. Yeah, I can't see a clear connection there either, Edgeworth, to be honest. I was just kind of Throwing it out there. Oh, the Wool Factory Day 1 is done. Nice. Nice, Roman. Nice. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Where was the killer? I still think the spilled grape juice might hint to that. But I've already failed with that, so I guess it's not right. Where could the killer have been? I mean, if it was a flight attendant, they could have been in this door. And someone was in this room over here. And obviously, whoever this was walked over to the gift shop afterwards. Evidence. Day 2 equals finishing it. You got this. Do we need to look at this? Oh. There is some fresh blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon? Oh, there's the slot. I suppose this is where you insert your coins. I have to say, for a piggy bank, it's made rather well. So well, in fact, that I'm not sure there is a way to take your money out. Well, I mean with... Oh, wow, you're right. I mean, with piggy banks, so usually if you want to take a bunch out, you have to, like... Hence the term breaking the piggy bank. Or breaking the bank, as it's now known as. Day 3 equals road number 1. Day 4 equals TNT part 1. Day 5 equals full TNT. Oh, for the TNT factory. Nice, nice, nice. So they're saying maybe there's another clue for the spilled grape juice. I see no other clues. Unless that just gave us logic somehow. No, it did not. Anything else? We can look at this. The flight itinerary times. Best restaurant in the skies. I'm thinking there's something else we have to connect, but it's not the spilt grape juice. Where was the killer? Oh, perhaps the elevator? Oh, there we go. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. In the elevator with Hicks. And then in the elevator with Hicks goes with spilt grape juice. There we go. Here we go, because someone's obviously leaving, so there was a second person in there. I have it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator, alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means... Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Investigation complete. Booyah. Health restored. What's going on over there? Unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Do you understand what I am saying? The movie is late. It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. But the movie... What? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time. What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I need to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet? If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now. What? Nonsense! Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, suit yourself. What I saw. I am certain I saw Mr. Higgs into that elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered around 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal. Well, we know that we were not the only person anymore. Well, I guess we were the only person in the lounge, but not the only person there. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge of the supposed time of the murder was me. So, my eyewitness testimony, if you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry, do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast. Well, we have proof there was someone in the elevator, so that should do it. Let's see. Spilled during the turbulence looks like footprints and something being dragged. So we may not be able to... do this yet, because there's nothing saying anything about the elevator. Let's just press really fast. Hold it. That is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of. No, no, no. Your silly opinion is what is mistaken. Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you are both mistaken. Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. He certainly has a lot of confidence in his testimony. If push comes to shove, I may need to press him for more information. Let's press him on the time. Because I know that is a factor. I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you'll keep checking. Is that correct? Oh, indeed. Oh, you notice. It is a very expensive antique. I will have you know. The feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by hand. It does look very well designed and quite classy. I will have to charge you if you want to touch it. That's quite alright. Let's continue with your testimony. Humph, what a cheap man you are. Now return the time you wasted back to me. And if we must, I saw Mr. Higgs enter the elevator at 6 o'clock. Let's press him on this. Hold it. It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15. And that's when I found the two of them as well. You see, it all matches my testimony. Well, let's see. We only haven't pressed him on this. Mr. Higgs entering the elevator. Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time? Oh, here's where the elevator, someone else in the elevator comes into play. Of course, I saw what was inside. And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside was that Mr. Higgs man. This last outburst is a bit too important to let go. Okay, well, we must present, I believe, the footprints. Mr. LeBlanc, what is it? There is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice. Yes, and? Will you admit you also spilled it with the blood? No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints. Footprints? Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator, alive. There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth? Can you please translate for us? No way, that's totally impossible, I guess is what he said. No way, that is totally impossible. I know there was no other person in there. I saw it with my own eyes. If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then, what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? What I saw, part 2. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me, and I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering, but I swear there was no one else inside, no one. Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What? Do you too have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? No, not at all. Please forget what I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying, but I can't let this testimony stand as his truth. Rebuttal. What I saw, part 2. He is sweating rather profusely. Let's just press on this first one. He was very upset. Why were you upset? So, are you still upset now? I am always upset. The only time I'm not is when I have a piece of art in my hands. It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. Okay, checking the time. Let's press on that. Why were you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie's starting time. Return back to me my time in money. You understand the point. Movie. Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and its start time. Interesting. It's supposed to start at 6 o'clock. It would appear AM as well. 6 AM. It was supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. But the movie was still late. Very, very late. Hold it. Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if that's alright. The watch is set to my destination's time. I always set it when I board the plane. Interesting. Hold it! You're sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc? Yes, of course. I am a very busy man. I am immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch. I see. That was a very valuable statement you just made. Flatter me all you want, but you will not get 1 cent out of me. That's alright. All I require is this piece of testimony. Okay, I think all we really need... There are 6 pieces now of testimony. Is there something at the end? He swears there was no one else inside. Why do you insist that you are absolutely not mistaken? Because when I say I am not wrong, I am not wrong. Mr. LeBlanc, if I may, I think beyond misconceptions and mistakes lies the truth. Funny that suspiciously mirrors something I told her only a little while ago. Oh, I see. I honestly don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying. I don't think he's lying either, but I think he might be mistaken about something. Mistaken? Yes, and I'm going to correct his mistaken recollection with evidence. And this professional attendant shall witness the prowess of a professional prosecutor. Okay, he was very upset. Let's see here. So, I believe that we need to see something in the magazine. All times shown correspond to our departure time zone. So, he set it to the destination, but the flight was going off of departure time. So, objection. Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came aboard. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents. 6 cents. I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe this Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tenero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right, it was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhengfa. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we are still running on Borginian time. What? The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. What? Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony, and you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. My 1,000,000 cents! This should clear up all of the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are? Yeah, I'm Cammy Meal. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know? What? How can you be sure of the time? Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point. A message from Captain Yugo. This flight will be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo in the Republic of Zhengfa between 4 and 5 a.m. We ask that all passengers remain on board at that time. Thank you for your cooperation. Ah, the stop we made for refueling and cargo transfer in Zhengfa, correct? Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off or on in Zhengfa. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off, But eventually everyone, including Kiami and myself, came back on the plane. So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind. Refueling and Zhang data jotted down in my organizer. Yeah, I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Agby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhangfa. Ah! You were here the whole time from 5, yes? Then you are the only one who could be the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then, how do we explain the footprints? Is that not obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him, then he put the corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the 2nd floor does not matter, because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Everything happened in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? What, do you have another idea? I simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge? Let's see, what do we have? In his seat. I mean, potentially the cargo room. He was still in the elevator. Okay, this was taken in a museum. Whoa. This lady back here looks terrified. Let's see. It could have taken place in the cargo hold, though he was at his seat again at 5 a.m. But it could logically also have taken place in the cargo hold. Let's try this. Take that! I don't need to hear your wild desperation stories. Grasping for weeds, I think is how you say it, yes? I didn't mean to pull that piece out. It was a simple slip of the hand, I assure you. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge? Oh wait, found at the crime scene with blood on it. Usually on display in the in-flight gift shop. Take that! The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. Now, how then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove your innocence at all. Is there no way to win with this man? If I may. What is it? You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. Oh, and why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.? Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence? That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was. Come to think of it. Mr. Nero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. Then you were on the first floor. Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the in-flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room. Are you saying you passed by me at some point? Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by. I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was. Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities. Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? Hold it. Hold it. What is it? What is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright. Huh? That's weird. What is? Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenero? It means she's lying. Go on, admit it, that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't. And yet, here you are. You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Miss Tenero, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would follow me, I will be your guide from now on. There's something about Miss Tenero that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. Alright, here we go. Run, run, run! Let's go to the in-flight shop, which is over here now. March 12th, 8:32 a.m. Flight G390, first floor, in-flight shop. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then. Hold on. You can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because his piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There is a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Begin investigation. I also want to check out the save and see where in the story we are really fast. Alright, pause. Where are we? We're still in the beginning. Alright, let's do a save of our own really fast. And head back into it. Let's go. I don't remember if there's a middle to this one, though. What are these? Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this fight, but in the real world, you try, then buy. No way, but either way, it doesn't really matter. True, either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they boarded the plane? Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Yugo heads painted on there. Cute company mascot, isn't he? They're painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined tastes. You looked like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done, though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? But I never showed any interest in it to begin with. It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? This suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda. Miss Tenero designed this. Yes, it was a company-wide contest. Well, it does have a very sharp design sense. Hello, Miles! Very, very popular suitcases indeed. Haha, sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe? I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so... bleh. Miss Tenero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. Whoa. You okay? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Meal. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation. Here, I'll put it back. Well, okay then. There's a magazine down here. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale. We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them even when nothing's going on. Wait, you sell the safety equipment. The people on board have... Let me get this straight. The people on board have to purchase the safety equipment. That's crazy, man. Crazy. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one? I sense that this shop is one shopper away from being sued. For real, though. Alright, we can look at these. Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Meal is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one, too. They're great for when you're stressed. Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? They're just hugging the poor stuffed animal, dude. There are all kinds of luxury named brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they're lined up in just such a manner as to scream, "Buy me!" to any passers-by. Oop, wrong buttons. Okay, nothing else here. Let's go up here. The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat? It's a tiny captain's hat. I swear I've seen one of these before. Oh, it's like the ones on the little stuffed animals. I wasn't here. There is a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present? I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything. But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. Oof. Okay, we've already investigated that. Do we need to talk to her again? I don't know much about this shop, but you can still ask me about whatever. Notice anything? So what do you think about what has happened regarding this case? Oh, I don't know. I guess I think you're the killer, though. Mr. Edgeworth. I can assure you that I am here in this shop to prove just the opposite. You're really not getting that pendant now. Yeah, but it was me that got you the permission to look around. You know. So don't forget that, okay? Need me a Go-You Airlines stuffed animal, to be honest. Honestly, I kind of want one, so and I just have it like behind me the whole time. That would honestly be amazing. How am I supposed to thank you properly if you insist on falling asleep? Well, you know, but really show your thanks. You see that item for sale over there? Sorry, but you're going to have to make do with my words of appreciation. She's still trying to get us to buy stuff for her. This is crazy. Oh, the flowers. Beautiful flowers and a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, excuse me. Hey, couldn't you see this little monkey guy just chilling? Maybe I just put him on my shoulder for an entire stream. He's just chilling. That'd be great. Okay, I think we need to do some logic. We've investigated everything. Tiny Captain's hat, murder weapon, Captain Yugo. Hold on, they didn't put the hats on the banks, did they? That'd be kind of crazy if they did. Oop, hold on, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Here we go, back to logic. Suitcase, it can roll around. I wouldn't think this would have a hat on it because the slot is like on top of the head, like a piggy bank. Victim's broken glasses. Suitcase. Tiny Captain's hat. Murder weapon, Captain Yugo. I don't think we're there yet. Nothing quite makes sense out of that. Just now. Is there anything else? Already talked to her. Flowers, suitcase. I mean, I guess there must be something that connects. What evidence do we have? Nothing of a missing stuffed animal. Or, sorry, a missing hat on a stuffed animal. Of Captain Yugo, that is. Now, see, they have these bolted down. And, like, the vases are, like, built into the table, so they can't move. I don't understand why the candles... Why are the candles not bolted down to the table, or, like, screwed into the table? Crazy. Just crazy, man. Okay, there's some sort of logic. We gotta figure this out. Logic. I swear I've seen one of these before. You've seen like 10. Definitely have seen 10 of them. Planes shaking causes to roll. In-flight suitcase displays can be hazardous. Oh, wait. Murder weapon, Captain Yugo, perhaps? Because I imagine Captain Yugo is where that empty spot is, where the broken glass is. Nope. Yeah, not exactly a shining example by any means. Okay, we're just gonna do it. I don't think this is right, but hey, we have a lot of chances to get it wrong. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. I can't even. Let's give it a go and see. I can't even. Horrible craftsmanship. The slot is like on top of the head, not the hat. And also, why is the hat not connected to the piggy bank? What? Oh, and why is it not gold? What? Yeah, I have so many problems with this. Sometimes, sometimes this happens, so, and it's okay. We still love Edgeworth. I believe this is not Edgeworth's fault. This is just marketing. This is the airline's merchandise's fault. It's all their shoddy craftsmanship, I should say. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean the killer broke the glass to get at it? Really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place, so come on, how should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. Let's go then. Let's go. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Let's deduce. Right here. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? This little guy. Oop. Present. Eureka! There is definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass to get at the Captain Hugo bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Ooh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope, no, there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. Do you see the suitcases? Go You Airlines isn't exactly the most knowledgeable on good design choices, lol. You're so right. You're so right, Miles. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time too. Eh? That's nice. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Hugo bank from here after the turbulence. Alright. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal, and listen when I'm talking. What? But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility. But then what if, when the killer went to take Captain Hugo, they broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could've. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Miss Rhoda Tenero, huh? There's not a single piece of glass inside the display case, which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank we've already gone over this. But that would also mean that the piggy bank could not be the murder weapon. We have discussed this, yes. We just went through a whole thing about that. Anything else in here? Oh, over here. Is this the same man as the one portrayed by the statues around the elevator? Yeah, that's a paperweight of the founder of Go You Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. On the bottom shelf, we have the cute one. The middle shelf is a realistic one. And on the top shelf, that's the floral version. Wait, what? Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess. You just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like hit the bullseye. I think it's missing an eye there. Go You Airlines related books line the shelf. The history of Go You Airlines, the future of Go You Airlines, the 7 wonders of Go You. Fight on, Go You Airlines. Working name, Hugo Airlines. You. The titles make it very clear that they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon. Oh. Alright, we have to investigate this glass now. Oh no, there's still more here. That's a pitcher's name in MLB. Glasnow. Tyler Glasnow. Let's see. Oh, the door. The lock. For security, there's a lock on this display case. Miss Meal, if I may ask you about this lock. The one who's in charge of the shop is Miss Rhoda, so she's got the keys to all the display cases. I see. Oh, I bet you want to buy something. Do you want me to go get the key from her? No, that's alright. Now is that everything? Now that is everything. Can we leave now? Logic. Turbulence. Suitcase. The plane shook so much during it that it made a huge mess of the shop. I'm guessing something with the suitcase is involved with this? Because it's not broken glasses. Let's go! Yes, there is definitely something wrong here. What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure. They totally ooze strange. Like the color and such? That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. Ahem. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator. Whoa, what a burn. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I've spotted something that's not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase? Oh. I'm gonna guess it's... Well, one, I turned my attention to the wheels, because I noticed that this one has stoppers and this one doesn't, which is why this one was falling, or I guess gliding, or rolling. There we go. But this one's got grape juice on it. So, take that. There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so, it is very likely that this suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? We shall. Oh my gosh. Yugo looks terrifying in this picture. What's up with the big eyes? Those aren't cute big eyes, I don't think. Those are just, like, terrifying big eyes. This was apparently designed by Miss Tenero herself. The design has a certain, je ne sais quoi about it. Yes, perhaps that is the best way to put it. If anybody doesn't know what je ne sais quoi means, it literally translates to, I don't know what, and is often used in other languages as a term basically meaning, I can't put my finger on it. Or a mystery to it. What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. This color and this scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice. But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase? It was thirsty. That was a stupid joke. I'm sorry. Price tag. Oh my stars, I forgot it was so expensive. 1,200? Oh, hold on. This is not... Okay. $1,200. My goodness. For a suitcase? I feel like... Oh, do we need to examine more? Is there more to be examined? I can't leave. With escape or Z. So it leads me to believe there's still something else. How much do suitcases normally cost? I mean, this is a rather large one. But, like, still. This is expensive. I don't see what else there is to investigate. Oh, maybe the lock? Up here, so. It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Oh, a piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. Ah, it's blood. It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all. Investigation complete. Health restored. So, explain this to me. What does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps. But aren't you just talking about the cloth, then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used this suitcase to transport is a body. Boom. Take that! Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? In fact, it does. But, in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else, which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing, just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? It's Miss Rhoda herself. Miss Cenero, I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I've found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Tenero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. To be continued. Let's save. So a longer first part, but I don't know that there's a middle to this one. There might just be an end. Or a ladder and a beginning. So let's see. Let's see what we got. Oh, there is a middle. Middle is airport arrival. Okay, we will definitely be completing the middle. Give me one moment just to take a quick break. I gotta get some more water for my water bottle, and I will be right back. So enjoy this lovely, smooth jazz while I'm gone. And we're back. We're back. Let's get into this one. Turnabout Airlines. Middle airport arrival. Burp. We're back. We have desktop audio. Let's go. The jazz do be smooth. We have made it. Our flight has landed. The crazy guy who was stressed out the whole time is over here now. This lady's got a jetpack. I don't know what that's about. March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. So I'm left wondering, just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I am needed, and wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Franziska von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. I'm placing you under arrest. Franziska! What? I'm quite frustrating, actually. Or it's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Wait. It has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? Oh, they're your favorite Ace Attorney siblings? I mean, honestly, this is like the craziest sibling duo ever, and I'm here for it. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. He waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you, of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe? Hey, Gumshoe's back. Let's go. Yes, sir. Too slow. Ow. Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Mr. Edgeworth? I'm supposed to guard him? A simple yes or no, detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me. Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Well, thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. We had Donut Guy, I forget his name, but the director... Oh, Salmonella, that's right. Donut Guy, Salmonella back there. Initial investigation. Oop, back. Hit the wrong button. Here we go. So, how is the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office, and we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Franziska. That sounds like Francisca. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was, a little too quick, sir. Oh? How so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kinda creepy. As though she knew there had been a murder or something. And had come in advance to await your flight's arrival. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, and out of the blue. Plus, I don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all this. Miss Von Karma just kinda popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details. It's kinda top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. Alright, Salmonella, what's up, bro? I actually really don't like Salmonella. He really creeps me out. Is that an unpopular opinion? I don't know what it is. He just creeps me out. Actually, I do know what it is. He's just kind of like creepy. Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Nom 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 nom. In Soviet Russia, world flags lunchboxes eat you. Mr. Edgeworth, we gotta get him some water. Found it, lol. Ooh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000 lols. For my next something movie, it's gonna be The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. Versus the World Samurai, Champion of Earth. It's gonna rock so many boxes. I think it's normal. Everyone hates him. Okay, good. Okay. Phew. Good thing it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth? So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Completely ignoring me as usual. My voice is a little bit too high for Gumshoe today. I don't know what's going on. But oh my gosh, we can walk straight through Gumshoe. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm entertained by this, but I am. This is kind of incredible. I don't know. You know, we gotta move on. What about these folks? Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. Ooh, I've always wanted to give their steak lunch a try. Which should I go with? I recommend our airport special, World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags. If you really want one that badly, Detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one? Is that okay, sir? Thanks. Alright, then I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star-Spangled Banner lunchbox, please. I hope he's aware that that's the most expensive one on the menu. Miles is a ghost. Confirmed. Confirmed Miles is a ghost. This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. And just in general. I meant to say that in my own voice, and Edgeworth came out. I don't know what happened there. Let's just move on from it. I'd be pretty scared, too, if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir. I did it. He was scared of just flying, though. He was scared before the murder even, like, came about. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. This life vest is proof that I made it alive. It's now my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murderer, at least. Just let him live his life. He's probably one of the ones he bought. This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes. I'm all excited to see this many planes too. Just look at the size of these things. Do you like planes too, mister? The balance between the main wings and the tail rings is really something, huh? Huh. It seems that this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect. Oh, but I've also got a thing for the shape of the wings too. Here, mister, you can stand next to me. So, about that plane's wing. Thank you, detective, for leaving me out of this conversation. Okay. What a view of the planes, preparing for takeoff. I want to ride a plane someday and go overseas. Have you ever been to another country before, detective? Nope, not yet, sir. I don't even have a passport. But I've been saving up for that eventual someday. A penny a day, to be precise. At that rate, you won't be making any trips until well after retirement. Miles subtly roasting, not so subtly, roasting Gumshoe's salary again. Once again, too, Edgeworth docks his pay so many times. Oh, it's the captain. March 12th, 1:37 p.m. So the fact that he makes so little is purely, not purely, but mostly because of Edgeworth. Flight G390, second floor, first class. So you must be the captain. Why, yes, I am. And who might you be? I am the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure, you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I would like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and her whip. Oh my. Yep, I think he got hit by the whip. Notice how only this guy's oxygen mask from the top popped down? Kind of crazy. Run, detective, run! This is your training for the physical exam to be a detective. All right, like 3 minutes later on the first floor. Now see here. Sorry, I'm so sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I am one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission. But I'm on the case. Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions not to let you through from Miss Karma. Miss Von Karma, I should say. Grr. Why would you do this to me, Franziska? Miles is real salty. Let's see. Oh, man. There's a really pretty lady in that plane over there. Ah! She's looking over here. Quick, sir. Wave at her with me, please. I refuse to be your wingman on this. Wingman. Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir. Plus, the body has been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Alright, let's talk to LeBlanc. Did you finish taking a statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concerned if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I set all kinds of arts. Folk costumes. Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Interesting. Maybe we should present that. Do we have that in our evidence? The cloth specifically? We do. Present. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, it's a Borginian cloth. As I suspected. Your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more. The bloody cloth updated in the organizer. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier. No, no, no. My cargo this time is much, much mini gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. And it ain't no good that attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room, too. That attendant. Oh, that was not Edgeworth's voice. That attendant. I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero. Rhoda Tenero. Oops, not present. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken into the attendant's room for her interview, and then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her. Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was. Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room. Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Francisca's logic. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Francisca. Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. Rebuttal. Francisca's logic. Francisca. I gotta make sure I'm saying that right. Alright, and what would the most obvious conclusion be? Hold it. Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit? I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes. Hey, you say that like you're cooking a bag of instant noodles. Yow! I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence. I see she hasn't changed a bit, but I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. Okay. Okay, the scene of the crime. Actually, we have reason to believe it was not. Hold it! Hold it! So tell me, Francisca, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. And nothing more. Are you saying there is more I need to know? I think, so, wait, hold on. I ate some crackers during the break, I ate some crackers during the break a few moments ago. I think like a little bit of dust was stuck, and then like it just popped out, and I was like, whoa, I need some water. Just a little tickle though. Okay. Why do you keep whipping me, sir? Or why do you whip me, sir? Something like that. Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped. It would appear that Francisca doesn't have all the facts of this case yet. Alright, we need to... From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person that has lounged the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. Well, I would disagree with that.
Hold it!
While it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time, that fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Objection!
Ha! We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired, and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic one hole at a time. Okay. The scene of the crime was here. We don't think that anymore, because the body was moved in this. Yes, here we go. With conviction! With conviction we must deduce. I think it's deduce. At least present. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to make the victim's body, or to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me. All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem that I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Avant Karma is perfect in every way. Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there's proof of that. Where is the proof that this suitcase was moved around? Right here and also on the suitcase? Do we just... Do we present the suitcase? Because the wheel has grape juice on it. And there's also this. Something being dragged. Here we go. I think we go with this. Yes, the music. The music is just so good in this game. It's just so good.
Take that!
Take that. The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where is the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? I'm gonna go with, well, that's where they was dropped. Right here. I see the suitcase lines. Hopefully I'm close enough and the game is forgiving. There we go. Let's go. This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there is also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses. Objection! Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot. Francisca's logic, part 2. She just won't let us have a victory, you know? You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. Well, right, I mean, failed logic right there. We couldn't have gotten into the piggy bank. Or sorry, like where the piggy bank was being held. Also, the glass broke from the inside. But, of the, what is it called? Cabinet. So, anyway. Before the plane hit that turbulence. Also, I guess with the argument that we stole, like, the key to it, or just, like, maybe bought it or something. I guess it wouldn't be that we bought it, because Miss Tenero would be able to easily deny that claim. But to say that we stole it would also be wrong, or the fact that it's a murder weapon is wrong, because it fell from the inside when the turbulence hit. So, yeah. And we know that because the glass was only on the outside. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. Rebuttal. Alright, I say we go straight to acquired the piggy bank. We have evidence that we definitely did not. This was taken out of its display case in the in-flight shop after the turbulence. Wait, didn't we prove that it wasn't after the turbulence, though? I swear we proved it wasn't after the turbulence. Right? Maybe not. But let's just press on this first.
Hold it!
Hold it. And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? Oh, here we go. As I recall, the case was locked. That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass like this. Yow! You've shattered my heart of glass. So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop and the Captain Hugo bank, does she? That takes care of how you obtained the murder weapon. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Okay, once again we found out from the glass breaking from the inside that it could not have been us. Or at least it could not have been stolen beforehand. Do we just present the statue? I guess we have to, right? I don't see anything else. Oop, I always do that. Present. Oh my gosh. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Present with conviction.
Objection!
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic, essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake? This Captain Hugo piggy bank is just such a fake. I didn't say that right, but the way I said it was so funny. It is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. Oh yeah, that's literally what the thing said, after the turbulence. I don't know why that confused me, and my brain was like, yeah, it was before. Like, what? My brain is not working today. But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder, when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. Look at the little murderer guy. Oh, it's funny. After exiting the elevator. The killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor. And also did not put stoppers on the suitcase. And took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. There's little Miles. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage. In my pocket, to be as precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks. You there! Yes, ma'am. Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end. But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir. Eek! If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene. There is one more possibility, and that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon. But didn't we just... Hold it, let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence, by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that means that the killer had the key to the display case. Francisca, the person you're talking about. Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain, and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well, permission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Mr. Nero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. LeBlanc is still so furious. He is ticked. Alright, March 12th, 2:23 p.m. That took 40 minutes of in-game time. Flight attendant's room. So, you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Mr. Nero. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too? Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? Alright. Alright, Nero. Give it to us. Captain's permission. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I've never heard it be put like that before. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. I spoke to the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Evil mom? Who's the mom? Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Mr. Nero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. Question though, because I don't think it's Tanero. I don't remember who committed this crime, but I'm pretty sure it's not Tanero. It wouldn't make sense for Tanero to commit the murder anyway, because the fact that she lied to get the captain's permission and framed it. I mean, with the quick frame job on Edgeworth, you might think so, but the fact that she went to go get permission from the captain but just like flat out lied about it so we can investigate anyway, kind of makes it seem like she didn't do it, TBH. And why were you there? So the very fact that she lied, and did something wrong, well, wrong, who knows? I mean, it ended up being the right thing to do, but, kind of actually, like, clears her in a way. Well, why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seems to have struck a nerve. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work, then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Based off what we know of the two flight attendants, which living space do you think is which? I'm going with Cammy Tenero. Miss Tenero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. The suitcase, I imagine he means. If you could please, just take a look at this for me, Miss Tenero. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, about this suitcase. You are the only one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. Well, I mean, that's not entirely true. You kind of are supposed to care. But I really wanted to know, and I was glad to see that it was the last one there. The last one there. I do kind of remember why it's the last one, but let's see if we get there. So you're saying, Miss Tenero, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. What's that supposed to mean? She has such an angry face. Hold on, I want to look up and see how expensive suitcases are. How expensive are suitcases? Because this thing's like $1,200. Okay, I can get a 3-piece set from Amazon for like, this is 3 of them for like $200. And even another one, I don't know, it's a super deal, so I don't know how good this is, but this is $70 on Amazon. Everything about this size of the one that they made is only about like 100. Like, this one's a little bit fancier, it's like 300. That one's small to be 300, my goodness. A reasonable cost for a decent set of luggage is around $100. Is what I'm seeing from Quora. So that's crazy. It is a designer suitcase. That's true. That's true. I still don't know. I still don't know that 1,200 is the amount we want to go with, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I guaranteed it personally as a service professional. Well, that is, how should I put this? It's hideous. What? 30 minutes ago, Miles Edgeworth. I should be careful what I say out loud. Present time. Your suitcase is hideous, ma'am. Madam. Hold on, Carly, one second. Let me see. Okay, I see your text message, and that is all good. All good with me. Okay. Oh, for anyone... sorry, quick break in the action. The reason why Carly said in the chat, did you see my text, is because we're going to go see the Minecraft movie later. I'm really excited. Anyway, back to the action. What? Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on. My issue with the suitcases isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Yes, I am Steve. This is separate, but like, can I just can we make a push to get me in the next Mario movie? I think that would be great. I'm good on the Minecraft one. You can leave me out of that. But the next Mario movie, let's make a push and see if I can get into it. That'd be so much fun. Anyway, or the very first ever Kirby movie that will definitely happen one day. Who knows when it will be, but I want to be in that. I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? That there was only... I think the inconsistency is that there was only 1 suitcase when she went in there. By the way, Miss Tenero, what is one of those suitcases doing here? That's... I thought you said there was only 1 left. That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. It still has the price tag on it, Tenero. She's used it for a long time. I think not. Miss Tenero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What role would you have in the Mario movie? Give me dry bones. Give me dry bones. I will run with dry bones. I'm trying to think if there are any other characters that haven't been used yet. I'll be Waluigi. I can do a Waluigi. Wow. That one wasn't a good one, but you know, I can work on it. Waluigi. Oh wait, no, it's more like Waluigi. I'll be Waluigi or Dry Bones. Give me something. I would love to be Dry Bones. Just saying. Nintendo, if you're listening, please give me the role of Dry Bones. I beg of you. I don't believe, for a very long time. What proves it? Maybe it's that price tag right there.
Take that!
Tell me, Miss Tenero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? Aha! What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in... Let's see. First class, the flight attendant's shop, the flight attendant's room. Originally, I think it was in the shop. Well, unless... Heck yeah, Dry Bones is the best! It's your main in Mario Party 2? It's my main! Oh my gosh, my main... Dry Bones is my main in Mario Party and Mario Kart. Although, I was a little sad. In Jamboree, they don't let you play as Dry Bones. I was really sad, so I had to switch up my main for that one. But it's usually Dry Bones. I love Dry Bones so much. I'm glad to have met a fellow Dry Bones stan. Or actually, I think Lindsay said stan is not good anymore. Okay, so I'll just say a fellow Dry Bones... What would be the... fan? Just fan, I guess? A fellow Dry Bones fan. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love Dry Bones. He is my favorite. He's my favorite. Well, anyway. I hope he's in Mario Kart World, because he hasn't been confirmed yet, and I don't like the trajectory of of where Nintendo was going with the lack of Dry Bones, considering he wasn't a playable character in Jamboree. However, he was at least in it, technically. He is in Jamboree. He's just, like, one of the characters on the side. But, anyway. I think it was originally in the flight attendant's room. Although, how originally are we talking? This suitcase was originally in this flight attendant's room. So now you believe what I said about it being my personal suitcase? No, not at all. It was here, but then it was taken to another location, and I refuse to stand by while a villainous man vilifies a woman with such vile tactics. Oh my. She's making me out to be some sort of supervillain. I need to rethink this. I have to figure out where this suitcase came from. Now then, this suitcase was originally in, okay, the flight attendant's room. No, wait. No, sorry. I made a boo-boo. I meant the shop. I said the same thing twice. That one's on me. The in-flight shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was Miss Tenero. Take that! It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? The reason why I didn't go with shop the first time is because I thought it was going to say, if I selected shop, that it was going to say, what am I trying to say? I thought the game was going to say, oh, it's the one, you know, like that was used. But no. It did not say that at all. It was actually more logical this time. It hasn't sold very well, has it? Well, logical with how my brain thinks anyway. We were on the same wavelength. You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. But the suitcases didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous. Price tag doesn't help. I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. Yeah, probably should have sold them, like, at least at the gate. I don't know. Somewhere in the airport, though. But, like, as you're leaving, so you can just go to the next one. We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out, so I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. You buy one every single time you work a flight. I see, so in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. $1,200 every time she works? There's no way she makes that much money either, like per flight, so my goodness. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase. This receipt is clearly time-stamped 5:40 a.m. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Miss Tenero, where are these other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, don't you think that the killer used one of my suitcases to... Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. Ah, how could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be. Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through the door there. That door there. And what about security? That door has no special lock installed because, well, just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to. Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Hold it. Yes, Francisca. Going on these wild goose chases. You're a disgrace to the Von Karma name. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard. Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier, and she had this to say. Francisca got information out of Miss Meal. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required. A different one. Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero. And only you. What? Is this true, Miss Tenero? Yes, I keep that keycard in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. Someone could have stolen it. Oh, and here we are. I don't believe it. Now it could be anyone again. What's wrong? The keycard, it's gone. Ha ha ha, very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However, hold it, don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miss Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. To be continued. We finished the middle of this. We finished. Let's go. Let's leave a like in the comments below. Let's leave a like down below. My goodness. Let's leave a like down below. Now tomorrow I will be playing this again. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here for today. So thanks to everyone who joined today. Tomorrow though, we're gonna end on another cliffhanger. We're going to see what becomes of this. Because unfortunately, I don't quite have enough time to do the end of this. Unless it's only like 20 minutes, which I don't really think that's the case. But anyway, ladder, decisive evidence. We will finish this off tomorrow. Tomorrow. I don't know exactly what time yet, but we will do it tomorrow and then hop into episode 3. The kidnapped turnabout. Oh my goodness, I got the hiccups. But the Turnabout Airlines will be once again tomorrow. However, let's be a little sneaky here. Let's be a little bit sneaky. Let's grab a screenshot. I'm grabbing a screeny real fast. We got a screeny. Let's go. Of Gumshoe, Edgeworth, and Von Karma. Well, Francisca Von Karma just staring into our souls. All right, well, let's exit out of this game really fast. We will exit without saving, I believe, because we already saved. Alright, let's go. Okay, well, thanks once again to everyone for joining today. For this lovely stream of oh my gosh, I lost my headphones. Of Ace Attorney Investigations collection. I hope you enjoyed it, this episode 2. If you did, please do leave a like down below and subscribe for some more Ace Attorney Investigations collection in the future. Like tomorrow, go check it out tomorrow. Click that notification bell so you can see when I go live, like tomorrow when I play this again. Tomorrow though will be a 2-stream day. The sub-stream of the day will either be this, well, okay, the 2 streams tomorrow. Oh, sub-stream of today. I meant sub-stream of tomorrow. Tomorrow the 2 streams will be this to get to the middle bit of episode 3, and it will also be FNAF 2, trying to finish that game. the main gameplay for it. So do tune in for that tomorrow. Times for both of those will be determined later. I think I'm gonna do this one a little bit earlier, like in the morning for me, and then do FNAF in the afternoon. But we'll see what happens. I'll schedule those probably in the next couple hours here. But let's see, anything else? Oh, go check out the main channel, Classic Cookie Gaming. If you enjoy the Ace Attorney universe, I have some Ace Attorney trilogy videos over there with my sister Lindsay, who will be joining us in this series more than likely after next episode tomorrow. So after tomorrow, she will more than likely be joining us for the episode following that, and then sticking with us the whole rest of the series. So go check out that. Oh, I'm glad you think so, Miles. Oh my goodness. And join Miles, by the way, in going and watching some of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy series content on my main channel, and leave a comment like he did. It's always nice to hear from you guys. If you want to know about some quail business, definitely go over there. But anywho, I've rambled on enough. Go get some merch, and let's roll that sweet, sweet outro music. Until next time, go find a good book to read and have an amazing day. Bye! Thanks for watching!